This is V. Holecek. You're listening to the Devil You Know podcast. Humble vaudevillian veteran cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of faith. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi, now vacant, vanished. However, this valorous visitation of a bygone vexation stands vivified and has vowed to vanquish these venal and virulent vermin, vanguarding vice and vouchsafing the violently vicious and voracious violation of volition. The only verdict is vengeance, a vendetta held as a votive. Not in vain, for the value and veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and virtuous. Verily, this vicious law of verbiage veers most verbose. So let me simply add that it is my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V.
Vagina?
Vagina. What's up, dude?
I had to get some water.
Some vada?
Some water. Some vata.
Are you tasting the rainbow?
No, but I'm gonna.
Tasting the lot lice?
Are you tasting the...
I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about how, like, you know, some while back that we talked about. It was over a year ago. We talked about doing a game show.
A satanic
Whatever
game
happened
show.
to that? Whatever happened to that idea?
I don't know.
Man?
We did. I told a couple people. Maybe somebody else ran with it.
I don't know. It's weird. We should do it someday.
I think it would be cool.
Lot lice. If we could get the pseudos to, you know, go along with it.
Yeah, they're stupid enough to.
What's up, Adam? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
We're vivacious and voracious.
Yeah, me too.
Vagina.
Sounds good.
Vagina.
Nice. So
yeah.
what did you guys do this
What's
week?
up in your world?
I got everything done this week. All of my art projects. I've got a clean workbench. I haven't had that in 6 months. So
Nice.
yeah, stoked.
How about you?
I'm actually
V?
starting to get the itch to maybe. I know I said I wasn't going to do any more projects for this whole year, but I'm starting to
knew it.
do something. I don't know what yet, but I'm getting my artistic flow going. So I don't know.
You should draw the tattoo for my entire back. That's what you should get on.
Oh man, that's a really big vagina you want on your back, though, dude.
Yep, I'm gonna shave it and everything.
I thought it was a dick with wings.
It's a
No,
dick
that's what Jared got.
Oh.
Anyway, no, I'm kidding. Hi, Jared. Everybody say hi to Jared.
Hi, Jared.
So hey, we should probably tell people that you know, keep the ideas coming to us for stuff that we could do for our 100th episode. We're not that far away, man.
Yeah, that's coming up.
This is 87, so
we could
shit,
let the
man.
cat out of the bag and say that number 100 will be on video.
Yeah, change of format.
Yep.
I think we definitely got to get
A very special guest on.
our first and favorite. Well, let's just say that one of our favorites, not our favorite, one of our favorites,
Yeah.
and very first guest back.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we need
It'd
like
be
you know,
magical.
some like chicks juggling fire in the background or something. That would be kind of cool.
He could hook all that up. Yep.
Yeah.
Some naked chicks.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What's the YouTube rules on that? We gotta blur it.
Yeah, you can only put nudity on Twitter. That's about it.
We need some people to send in some video messages. Just saying hey and.
Yeah, congratulate us and stuff, and pay us some homage.
Because we are amazing.
No, it'd be cool. So if you want to be a part of the 100th episode, get out there and get your videos going. Just, say what you want to say about TDYK, good or bad. We're going to air it. I'm only going to air the good ones.
Or shoot me an email. Adam@thedevilyounknowpodcast.com.
Or shoot at him.
Yeah. Or just get your phone out, hold it up to your face, say whatever stupid shit comes out of your cranium, and send it to us.
Yep. That way I could start editing it now, because editing takes a lot of time.
Yeah, you're really gonna have. You already have your hands full with our audio show. Now you're gonna add video to that.
It's not. It's nothing but a thing, man. Nothing but a thing. I'm a very busy man, and I like keeping it that way.
Yeah, you're gonna be moving across the country.
I don't know. I might. Yeah, I didn't say anything to anybody. The house is going up on the market this week, and I'm gonna
coming to Port St. Lucie.
I'm gonna take all those profits I get from that, and I'm not going to Florida, man. It's too hot. Part of me wants to, because I'm like, yeah, we can go rent a studio out and really actually have a freaking studio, and that would be great.
Dude, that would be awesome.
It would, but you live near alligators and shit, and it's hot.
Yeah, that's what's cool.
Well, we want to leave Arizona because we've been in this fucking desert for 22 years, so we're like, enough, and let's go somewhere. And like, hey, let's go to a hotter place.
Yeah, but do you know what? The water is right there. Go get in the water.
If I go anywhere near the water, people keep trying to push me in. They think I'm a fucking whale beached up on the shore. They're like, hurry up, he's drowning.
He's dying.
He can't breathe. Push his head under. It's like, it sucks every time. But no, I want to be able to visit, and I think that'll be cool. But I trust me.
Whatever, dude.
If I was single, I would do it.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I get it.
Oh shit! And Adam wants me to move to California.
You want to be friends if there's 1,000 miles between us.
Oh fuck! No, it's not. Trust me. I wish I could just funnel the entire country into one spot so everybody could just fall in together, and we can kick out the ones we don't want. I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't know. We're just rambling.
Yeah.
It's the longest dumb intro we've ever done.
Totally. But just to let you know, we want to either move to like more North Arizona, or possibly upstate New York, or possibly New Hampshire, and this is a big Florida. But I don't know if we're going to do that. I totally want to, because it would be fucking cool, and Florida's a cool place to ride the bike, and
tell Mar that I'll bring a fan over, and the big feather fans, and I'll wave it on her.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you just sold her on the idea, dude. Totally. But yeah, I mean, but if I do go over there, you got to get a motorcycle, man. You and Jared got to get motorcycles.
All right, fine. Twist my arm.
Sweet.
we can start a new gang, the Hell's Devils.
Yeah, nah. I can't get into a club. I got a friend here that's in a club, and he's like every other day, hey, come on, hang out with us. And I did once, and I rode with them. We went up to Prescott, and it was a great ride. These guys are crazy riders and stuff. We love it, but like, I can't do it. I just can't see myself joining this club. It's got to be a cooler club. Sorry, guys.
Well, this one.
Over?
What's that?
Hell's Devils was a reference to The Simpsons, anyway. So.
Oh, okay. What'd you say, Adam?
Oh, did they make you sign the title of your bike over to the club?
No, nobody would make me do anything. Yeah. But that's one of the things I don't like. Like they
I don't like that shit either.
They're like, it's $75 a month, and I'm like, what? $75 a month? What? And they're like, yeah, well, if you ever need a new tire, we get you a new tire. I'm like, I can get my own fucking tire, dude. Like, I don't know what all that. But then he was talking about, we go on rides, and sometimes one of the brothers will need to, use your bike and stuff like that. I'm like, huh? Nah.
And you're gonna borrow my wife too?
Yeah, right. Borrow girl too.
Yeah, no, nobody rides my bike but me.
That's right.
Ask the lady. My bike's a lady. You ask her, and she says yes. hey, what am I going to do about it? But she doesn't talk, so she's not going to say yes.
Yeah, that's a good woman.
Yeah, totally. I'm the only one that rides her.
Let's do this show.
All right.
The Black Mass. No other single device has been associated with Satanism as much as the Black Mass. To say that the most blasphemous of all religious ceremonies is nothing more than a literary invention is certainly a statement which needs qualifying. But nothing could be truer. The popular concept of the Black Mass is thus. A defrocked priest stands before an altar consisting of a nude woman, her legs spread-eagled and vagina thrust open. Each of her outstretched fists grasping a black candle made from the fat of unbaptized babies, and a chalice containing the urine of a prostitute or blood reposing on her belly. An inverted cross hangs above the altar. The triangular hosts of ergot-laden bread or black-stained turnip are methodically blessed as the priest dutifully slips them in and out of the altar lady's labia. Then, we are told, an invocation to Satan and various demons is followed by an array of prayers and psalms chanted backwards or interspersed with obscenities. All performed within the confines of a protective pentagram drawn on the floor. If the devil appears, he is invariably in the form of a rather eager man wearing the head of a black goat upon his shoulders. Then follows a potpourri of flagellation, prayer book burning, cunnilingus, fellatio, and general hindquarters kissing, all done to a background of ribald recitations from the Holy Bible, with audible expectorations on the cross. If a baby can be slaughtered during the ritual, so much the better, for as everyone knows, this is the favorite sport of the Satanist. If this sounds repugnant, then the success of the reports of the Black Mass in keeping the devout in church is easy to understand. No decent person could fail to side with the inquisitors when told of these blasphemies. The propagandists of the church did their job well, informing the public at one time or another of the heresies and heinous acts of the pagans, Cathars, Bogomil, Templars, and other who, because of their dualistic philosophies and sometimes satanic logic, had to be eradicated. The stories of unbaptized babies being stolen by Satanists for use in the Mass were not only effective propaganda measures, but also provided a constant source of revenue for the Church in the form of baptism fees. No Christian mother would, upon hearing of these diabolical kidnappings, refrain from getting her child properly baptized post-haste. Another facet of man's nature was apparent in the fact that the writer or artist with lewd thoughts could exercise his most obscene predilections in the portrayal of the activities of heretics. The censor who views all pornography so that he will know what to warn others of is the modern equivalent of the medieval chronicler of the obscene deeds of the Satanists, and of course their modern journalistic counterparts. It is believed that the most complete library of pornography in the world is owned by the Vatican. The kissing of the devil Black Mass is easily recognized as the forerunner of the modern term used to describe one who will, through appealing to another's ego, gain materially from him. As all satanic ceremonies were performed toward very real or material goals, the oscularum infame, or kiss of shame, was considered a symbolic requisite towards earthly rather than spiritual success. The usual assumption is that the satanic ceremony or service is always called a Black Mass. A Black Mass is not the magical ceremony practiced by Satanists. The Satanists would only employ the use of a Black Mass as a form of psychodrama. Furthermore, a Black Mass does not necessarily imply that the performers of such are Satanists. A Black Mass is essentially a parody on the religious service of the Roman Catholic Church, but can be loosely applied to a satire on any religious ceremony. To the Satanists, the Black Mass, in its blaspheming of orthodox rites, is nothing more than a redundancy. The services of all established religions are actually parodies of old rituals performed by the worshippers of the earth and the flesh, in attempts to desexualize and dehumanize the pagan beliefs. Later men of spiritual faith whitewash the honest meanings behind the rituals into the bland euphemisms now considered to be the true Mass. Even if the Satanist were to spend each night performing a Black Mass, he would no more be performing a travesty than the devout churchgoer who unwittingly attends his own Black Mass, his spoof on the honest and emotionally sound rites of pagan antiquity. Any ceremony considered a Black Mass must effectively shock and outrage, as this seems to be the measure of its success. In the Middle Ages, blaspheming the Holy Church was shocking. Now, however, the Church does not present the awesome image it did during the Inquisition. The traditional Black Mass is no longer the outrageous spectacle to the dilettante or renegade priest that it once was. If the Satanist wishes to create a ritual to blaspheme an accepted institution for the purpose of psychodrama, he is careful to choose one that is not in vogue to parody. Thus, he is truly stepping on a sacred cow. A Black Mass today would consist of the blaspheming of such sacred topics as Eastern mysticism, psychiatry, the psychedelic movement, ultra-liberalism, etc. Patriotism would be championed, drugs and their gurus would be defiled, acultural militants would be deified, and the decadence of ecclesiastical theologies might even be given a satanic boost.
Okay,
Episode
87.
That's right.
Yeah, 87. And hey, John.
Yeah,
we
talk
need
to
to
me,
talk
Daddy.
about the dark arts, or anyone who's a master of it.
Yes, that's why we have a very special guest today. Adam, why don't you introduce him? I fucked that one up.
Sure. So if you pay attention to the events section of the COS website, churchofsatan.com, you will know that our very own citizen of the Infernal Empire, Victor Holecek, had an art show recently, right. And I figured we'd have him on, talk about what he's all about. So please welcome Victor Holecek.
Yes!
Thank you. Thank you.
Hold on, it's only 6 more seconds. 3,
That's
2,
our studio audience
1,
is, they're excitable. So
they never listen to us.
Although it's not a huge deal, I usually just, most people for art purposes just seem to know me as V. It started like back in like 2007 when I was starting to get started, and I was job searching at the same time and was trying to keep a slight wedge of plausible deniability. It's not a huge deal now, but it just seems to have stuck.
I heard of another guy named V, but just to make sure it's not you, you're not burned about the face, neck, chest, breast, and head, are you?
Oh no.
Oh, good.
No, I'm a flawless specimen of humanity.
Well, John's known for his VD, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dorian's known for his V, if you know what I mean.
It burns when I pee.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about let's talk about your art first of all. I think that's kind of what you're known for. Can you tell us a little bit about your history as an artist? Where'd you get started, and your for early influences?
I got started when I was able to hold my own crayons without eating them.
Lucky.
I know.
I still eat them.
But I was the oldest of four with my parents, and probably the easiest to manage because my parents found out early on that they could put me in the corner with some paper and drawing supplies, and I would pretty much take care of myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know how that is. Yeah, the same way. Yeah.
And as far as influences, I really didn't pay much attention to influences until I'd say within the last maybe 15 years. I will now. Actually, I should recant that a little bit because early on I became fixated with films like Jaws and Alien, and
yeah, those are definitely influences.
Yeah, so I went through that weird phase where I collected every shark book that was ever published for a while, and just all manner of obscure and bizarre trivia I could answer. I don't think I could still do that, but I went through that phase where I collected everything sharks because of Jaws. And so I've always had that kind of draw to that sort of visceral, primal element.
Nice.
Very cool.
Excellent. So then, as far as preferred mediums?
I work, at this point, I work either in colored pencil or acrylic paint.
Has that always been the case? You always preferred those?
Up until most of high school, I worked with a ballpoint pen and would fight endlessly over with art teachers about trying something else. But I was determined to work in ballpoint pen.
Nice.
For reasons. And then finally, at some point, I guess one teacher convinced me to try these colored pencils. They're the Prismacolor Premier Softcore. And that was 1994, 5-ish, and I've been hooked on those ever since.
Oh yeah,
nice. I've seen some of your art. Adam forwarded it to us, and I'll show the audience on YouTube right now if they want to go there and check it out. But I'm looking at it, and I'm noticing Giger, like you said, all the way to Tim Burton. I mean, it's really interesting. Who are your influences and why?
My influences are all over the board. I do love Giger, Beksinski. I've been on a binge of Polish surrealists lately. Darius Zawadzki, some Jonan Vasquez, Tim Burton, of course, Glenn Arthur, Anya Khan, Laurie Early. How much time do you have?
You say Shaka Khan?
Yep.
Anya Khan.
Everybody. Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. Yeah. Anya. A-U-N-I-A.
Khan. Does that Genghis' wife or no?
She's another artist. She used to be in St. Louis, I believe, but I think she moved to Washington or Oregon.
Nice. How about Laurie Early? You like Laurie Early?
Laurie Early is good. I like Laurie Early.
Nice. I have no idea who that is. I'm just reading your bio, so I wanted to sound like I knew what I was talking about.
You should look her up. She's what makes her really interesting, apart from just the quality of her work, is she suffers from a rare condition that's like slowly crimping her ability to paint.
Ugh. That old chestnut.
She suffers from I think it's some sort of hypermobility. They call it EDS, not erectile dysfunction, but Ehlers-Danlos syndrome or something like that, where it's a hypermobility thing with her joints and ligaments and things like that. It actually hurts her to like hold paintbrushes and stuff.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm looking at your paint here. It's the naked lady that's floating in the sky with stars like hanging behind her and red hair, and she's got like a bird face and something in her hair. It's really abstract, really cool looking.
Lotus pods.
Oh, is that what they were?
Yeah.
I thought they were half-melted Hershey's Kisses. Maybe I'm just hungry.
That's always the case.
I was thinking boobs, but...
You were thinking what?
Boobs.
He was thinking of boobs.
All of those are fair game.
You sound hungry, too. Alrighty. Sweet. But I love the red hair, though. Red hair is like, you know?
It is, isn't it? It's a guilty obsession of mine.
But I'm looking at the ones. It looks like two politicians, the red and the blue. You know,
but they're like faces attached.
Yeah, because they're coming from the same fucking animal anyway. I love it. It's just people should see this. So go to YouTube and see it.
Now you just did an art show, right?
I was a vendor at Crypticon. Now I've been invited to an art show at a venue here locally in October. And I've got a submission packet in for The Damned in Detroit.
Nice.
Which is in their 10th year. So, that's no small event. I've participated in The Damned for the last 3 years.
Wow. You never get anything into the Devil's Reign?
I've never actually submitted anything to the Devil's Reign. I didn't find out about it this year until it was too close to the deadline.
Yeah.
And I found out about the theme too late to actually put anything together for it.
Huh.
Well, it's probably going to be going on next year.
Yeah, it'll keep going. Do next year's.
I didn't have anything kaiju themed for
Right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's so cool. What?
But I'm definitely, it's something I'm definitely keeping my ear to the ground for next year.
Definitely. Sweet. Looking forward to seeing some stuff.
So where can people buy your prints?
Well, I have a Society 6 store, and then I make some one-offs that I'll personally make them and mat them myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have my own mat cutter, I can do that.
Nice.
And I was a framer by trade early on, so I know how to do all this stuff. So it saves me a lot of money for prep costs. And so
yeah.
I use black core mats for the prints that I mat myself. So they're some, my wife complains that it's too gloomy. You can always tell where my stuff is in the room because it's sucking up all the light in the room.
Nice.
Awesome.
So I use black mat with black core, usually in a black frame.
Do you ever have any like bands ask you to do CD covers or anything like that for them?
I have occasionally. Most interestingly, I did a commission piece for a filmmaker in New York who was doing like a small independent film. And I think I have the piece on there. It's in the drawing section. It's called The Rotten Monk. And
nice.
The filmmaker has this really lovely kind of post-Catholic sensibility. It's kind of a dark sense of humor. And this film is about this monk who's determined that the other monks in his monastery are not holy enough. So there's this forest nearby, which is supposed to be this test of holiness. And he meets this other monk in the forest who can't leave because people who are not holy enough apparently get trapped in the forest. And anyway, he gets into he starts figuring out this forest is not normal, and he starts flipping through his Bible, and the Bible pages are all blank, and this raggedy old monk is like, "You're not going to have much use for that. The forest is holy. It's not Catholic."
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
But he just done a couple other small film bits, and he had me paint something that for a project I don't even know if he's done anything with yet. But it was a kind of a faceless Madonna thing with beehives and honey and milk and whatnot.
Nice.
Now your picture here on Skype, you've got I'm assuming is one of your paintings. It's got the beaked face Pope hat guy walking through the crosses there.
It's a plague doctor Pope.
Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Yeah, if you could send a picture of that to Adam to forward to me, that'd be great, because I can get that up on YouTube as well.
Oh, all of these are available on my website. You can just snag them right off there.
You got it. All right.
Consider them stolen.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, they're not like print worthy or anything, but they're still you could get them on YouTube. But...
Yeah, but I have your permission on tape right now telling me I can.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's good. Anyway, Holecek. That's was that Irish?
Czech.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I know you never would have gotten there, wouldn't you?
Good Irish boy, huh? Yeah. No, but you were in the Air Force. Can you tell us about that? Like, did you see any? Were you in the shit? Did you see any like crazy stuff going on and all that crap?
Actually there's another person in one of the groups that he's the same career field as I was. He's still in. I was what was known as a 2E2X1, which is the shorthand. It's computer network cryptographic and switching systems.
Wow. Oh man, you were a Navy Air Force nerd.
Right.
Nice.
But because of the nature of that career field, was there are other more specialized career fields in tech. For whatever reason, my career field ended up being so broad that I basically got farmed out to whatever other specialty was shorthand, so I could step into anybody's job.
Huh.
So my first assignment was maintaining the mainframe computer system on the AWACS.
Nice.
which takes all the IFF and radar and everything like that and interfaces it and just spews out all that data onto 14 display consoles in the back that have the graphic processing capability that could be outpaced by your calculator.
Wow.
I am not even joking. We're talking circa 1950s IBM mainframe technology.
Ouch.
Wow.
And then,
well, how much of that? I mean, with AWAC, is that not taken over by? Do we not have sufficient satellite coverage for that kind of?
Well, you have to, the difference between a satellite and AWACS is we have to understand is that the AWACS is basically a flying air traffic control tower.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's able to I'll be honest, I don't know exactly to what extent they're able to do that with satellite. But the AWACS on station keeps more of a in-theater situational awareness.
Well, that's the plane with the big giant circular disc on top, right?
Yeah, it's got the big black skittle on its back.
Yeah.
Now I want Skittles. Dang it.
And there's a difference between the AWACS and then there's a similar airframe called
Taste the rainbow.
Sorry, Victor.
Oh, you're fine. It's a similar airframe called J-Stars, which is actually more. They're looking at the ground. AWACS is only looking at other air traffic.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to apologize. The root word in Dorian is dork, but that's cool.
And then from there, I went to Vandenberg Air Force Base, where I worked on missiles.
Nice.
Damn.
So I didn't really, I did some interesting stuff in the Air Force.
You got a lot of security clearance.
I had to have.
Yeah. You weren't the guy that rode on the missiles, "Eat It, Saddam," and all that crap, are you?
I was never allowed to get that close to it.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a neat novelty for about 2 weeks, and then all the security is just hellish.
Yeah.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
They don't want you
traffic on the way to work.
Yeah, they don't want you to pocket a missile and walk out.
Right. The really interesting thing about that station was the protesters. Really, that really made the place interesting. Is we would occasionally get somebody who, because it's situated on the coast, we would occasionally get like naked hippies that would boat in from the ocean and like boat their way onto the base there and just run loose on North Range.
You're like, all right, target practice time.
You should paint an image of that. That'd be great.
But as far as being in the actual, I mean, I did one tour in Iraq as part of the. That was it was a 506 ECS. It was Kirkuk. There wasn't a whole lot going on there. Well, there was a lot going on there, but you have to understand the particular demographic breakup of Kirkuk is that you've got the base, and then like wrapped around the base you have the city of Kirkuk, which is divided into Sunni, Shia, and Kurd neighborhoods. And unlike other places in Iraq where you usually have a higher concentration of one or the other, it was a pretty even distribution, and they spent a lot of time shooting at each other to pay us too much mind. They would occasionally lob a mortar in our direction just to let us feel like we weren't forgotten, but by and large, they spent a lot of time with each other.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
All right, let's talk about the big S word, Satanism. Where did you discover Satanism?
That would be, my older stepsister had a habit of going through these phases where she would bring home these things like the pyramid collection catalogs and things like that. Just whatever she thought would be rebellious, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
And so she would always be in like the weird sections of the bookstore, and she would bring these books home. At one point or another, I'd read like Raymond Buckland's complete book of witchcraft. Or
the big blue one, yeah.
I think we've all got that.
Yeah,
we've all gone through that one, and I read that and I was like, this sounds like a cartoon.
Yeah.
And, yep,
it pretty much is. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this the Satanic Bible was one of the books that she brought home one day, and. Yeah, at first I was skeptical. I thought, oh, this is going to be kind of cartoonish like the rest of this. And so it kind of took me a while to actually crack it open. And I think I would have been 15.
Prime.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's so typical.
Nice.
And so that was, the moment I did crack it open, that was the point of no turning back, really. I mean, it was revelation.
It's the gateway to Satanism.
Yeah, it's the gateway drug.
Buckland, yeah. Cool. So how old were you when you finally read the Satanic Bible?
I was about 15 or 16.
Oh, okay.
That was the story he was just telling us.
Oh, really? I was thinking about Skittles.
Still the Skittles. Those damn Skittles, and they're skittling.
I thought you were talking about the Raymond book. My bad.
Oh, no, that was all about in the span of about a year and a half to 2 years. It was.
Right.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Now, I mean, obviously you weren't of age yet, but once you turned 18, did you want to join right away, or did you wait a while?
I did not wait long. Like I said, it was about 1997 when I sent in my, I guess it was $100 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And yeah, I've had that ever since.
Very cool.
I probably should get it replaced because it's looking kind of worn for the wear.
You didn't get it laminated?
I did, and I guess it's been. It's been laminated a couple times, and I guess it's reached a point now where it's been laminated so long that some of it's kind of stained in areas from the glue.
Wow.
Like I said, it's been around the world with me.
Nice.
Very cool.
So did you tell family and friends and stuff when you were Satanist?
Not immediately, no.
Oh, okay.
And there's probably still a few that don't know, but
Well, they do now. No, I'm kidding.
We have them on the line.
well, hi.
That's great. So, like, did you
That's all.
like did you end up telling any of your family?
Some of them found out by means of their own.
Ooh, tell us about
because, I think my dad found a copy of the book just laying around one day. I thought I was being clever and had hide things under the bed. Of course, that's
did you get a
the natural
spanking?
place to hide. No,
Oh.
no, I didn't get nothing like that. I just got a talking to about what I was getting into.
You need
I
Jesus,
hope,
boy.
I hope at 15, 16 you weren't still getting spankings.
Well, at least not from my dad, anyway.
Right? Yeah. Right. That's a whole new era of spanking.
The lady across the street, though, yeah.
Right?
Yep. Totally.
But it was kind of a thing for my dad is from Prague, so big Czech Catholic thing going on there.
Yeah.
So it became a thing for a while.
Where can people buy your stuff?
Oh, Shambhala.com. That's spelled the German way, incidentally. SCHAMBALLAH.
Well, that's how I spell it. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it spelled different ways, but
Without the C, yeah.
yeah.
And the silent Z.
With 4 M's and a silent Q.
What's the most you've ever been paid commission-wise?
Commission-wise,
You could tell us. It's our business.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I don't normally kiss and tell, but let's see. The most recent commission I did was that Atomic Madonna, Mary, Mother of the Bomb thing, and that was about $650.
I don't know.
Nice, cool.
And that was through Reddit.
Really? Oh, cool.
Well, I help I'm half of the moderation team for the art store subreddit.
That was a nice way of saying there's another guy.
Well, another girl, but
Oh, okay, yeah. By guy, I meant girl.
Yeah, but it's not a huge subreddit by most subreddit standards, but it does it gets a fair amount of traffic. I mean, it's art store. I mean, how many people are going to be there?
Yeah, I only been on Reddit and looked at NSFWs. That's about it.
Right. Well, that's where most people go to Reddit for, really. Gaming communities and
I don't think I've ever been on Reddit.
Check it out. Naughty Facials is a good one. Or whatever. I'll talk to you later about it.
X videos.
Yeah, totally.
If you can imagine it, there's a subreddit for it. That's the rule.
Yep. If you like to dress up like a baby, you got a Reddit for it.
Wow. Alrighty.
Sweet. All right. So we're gonna ask you a question because we ask everybody this darn question.
All right.
And then we expect you to answer it immediately. All right. What?
I'm going to ask you some questions.
Tell us about your mother. No. What does Satan mean to you?
What it means to me, and I actually, there was something I saw recently that kind of beautifully encapsulates this, and it's kind of from an unexpected source. There was a shop I was at recently, and they had some kind of hackneyed wall art sort of thing. It said, "Live what you love," and that's really kind of it for me. That's where I'm at with it in all this.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yay, sir.
Nice.
Taste the rainbow.
Dorked.
And we're back to the Skittles. It does, though. It does. It looks like a big black Skittle.
Yeah, in my mouth. All right, Victor, we want to thank you for coming on, man. It's been awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for having me.
And we love your art. I mean, it's right up our alley,
Well, I try to create things that a lot of the stuff happens in my dreams, really.
Oh, wow. Something you could have mentioned during the interview before, but go ahead.
I probably should have.
No.
I do have some very odd dreams. Just the other night, I had a dream that I was bleeding from my toes.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I know, and I don't have I don't sit there and analyze it, but I just get these images from dreams, or sometimes I'll.
Hey, did John put you up to this? Or are you just making fun of my athlete's foot?
Yes. No.
Dorian's got some jungle rot going on.
So is that going to work its way into like your next work? Is some bleeding toes?
Nice. I have no idea yet. There's a high probability that it will manifest in some way.
Well, first you got to paint. You got to paint the naked hippies protesting the missiles.
Their fixation with chemtrails.
Oh, perfect.
Oh God.
I dig it.
You're spraying stuff on us, so we're gonna get naked.
Right. That seems like a perfectly rational thing to do. It's like it's like a picture I saw recently of like these guys in hazmat suits standing around scrubbing something, and there's a guy standing there in like shorts and a polo shirt. Like, what? Don't worry, the viruses are looking for the guys in the hazmat suits.
Of course.
That's awesome.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
we're going to close out the show. Until next time, everyone, hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail.
Hail Satan.